Sustainability to me is an overall subject or topic that needs to be redefined.
It's a balance between what the planet can offer us and what we need. We need to find that balance because it's lost at the moment. The contribution of the fashion industry to climate change, it's immense. Mostly has to do with the amount of waste it generates. Fast fashion, the amount of styles every season. There's just an enormous amount of clothes that the global north demands but doesn't actually need. And the cycle is going faster and faster.
Responsibility for us is a really important topic. Not only the environmental responsibility, but also the social aspect of how we treat each other and how as a brand and company we can create positive change. There's so much product already in the world, there's so many different brands. How can we create products that last longer, that people can enjoy, and that are different enough than the rest? And how can we make those products in the most responsible way?
We needed a dedicated project for the sustainable program at Filling Pieces because it was also something that we wanted to do right and not just do greenwashing.
And that's why we started a responsible line called 683.
We started by looking at our best-selling shoe, and which was the cord at the time. So we wanted to generate the highest impact when it comes to sustainability, so transforming one of the best-selling shoes into a more sustainable version, or the most sustainable version that Filling Pieces could make at the time, felt like a good idea. We started looking at those materials individually. Is this a material that Filling Pieces is proud of, that they want to keep as their more responsible line? Or is it a material that needs to go and needs to be replaced?
The final product that we wanted had to be just as good as the original one.
We ended up stating 3 basic guideline rules that would govern the selection process of all the different materials that would go in the shoe and which needed to be replaced and what standard it should be upheld to. The material needed to be from a renewable source. Component needed to displace a non-renewable component. Material or component is a byproduct from a different industry. If leather might be a big problem or a big polluter as a leather shoe producing company, it's a substantial challenge. Like, what are you going to do? At one point, Boris had the idea, but don't we have a bunch of organic farmers in the Netherlands that have a completely different way of treating livestock animals and the way they work the land? Well, I literally started calling farmers to see if we could directly buy their skins and send them to Portugal.
Dus we hebben eigenlijk al deze vrijheid om te lopen.
Ja.
Naar de space.
Ja, voor ons is het heel tof om te zien waar het leer vandaan komt. Ja. Om te zien dat het traceable is, dat het transparant is en dat kun je ook een beter leven hebben.
Omdat je juist samenwerkt met de natuur, zoals wij dat dan zeggen. Niet er tegenin gaan, niet tegen de natuurlijke processen in. En het leuke is dat als je dingen probeert kloppend te krijgen, dat je eigenlijk gewoon met je armen over elkaar gaat.
All the components have been changed to become a more responsible version of themselves. We still wanted to make a leather shoe because it lasts long, it's a beautiful product. So we went with organic leather, which is sourced from Dutch organic farmers. We changed the laces from a basic cotton to a organic cotton. The inside of the lining, 100% recycled polyester mesh. The sole was a bit of a challenge. It's one of the most important elements of a shoe. We found something that is from a renewable resource, which is sugar canes. The insole. The cork is a large product exported from Portugal, which is where most of Filling Pieces shoes are produced anyway. So finding a local solution was really something that suited the development of the shoe. Branding, which was important to signal that it is indeed a more responsible product. We felt it was important for consumers to be able to showcase, I bought into this, and this is what it looks like.
So when I first saw the shoe, I was like, okay, this looks like a very nice version of the low top. And then I picked it up and it was super light because we use a sugarcane EVA. So all the elements of the shoe are thought of, and the detail colors are blue, which is the color of the line, which stands for transparency. 683 stands for €6.83, which the shoe costs more in production to make more responsible. This is the first step towards redefining footwear design and realizing that each material you pick is important, not only in the aesthetic of the shoe, but also in terms of footprint.
We're expanding the 683 line for SS22. We have about 8 new models coming in. My favorite is the Crease Runner. It's actually already my favorite model. Now I can wear it without any guilt. Yeah, you can never go wrong with white sneakers. What we do now with the 683 is of course new and special, but I believe that will one day become the norm.
To make this the norm and to make this bigger, I think it's for, we as a brand cannot only change that. I think that why we started 683 is to be more transparent.
And to show what it takes to get a sustainable product. And at the end of the day, we're in this together.
If you add up €6.83 to the total retail price, it's not a lot of money. And I think it starts with the consumer to understand they have an option. Even though this shoe is one of our best sellers, this line is growing within our category line. We're definitely not claiming that we're a sustainable brand or a sustainable company. I do think we're a responsible company and a responsible brand.
We are very aware of the fact that we're not a perfect company and that we need to push a bit harder for this. And therefore in January we've planned a sustainability review in which we will go through the entire company again, the entire supply chain again, basically repeat the process that kickstarted the responsibility program and slowly implement those in all of the Fitting Pieces products.
We're taking the initiative as a fashion brand to look in a different way and to do things different. Not only the environmental aspect, but also the social aspect of how we can really be a brand that does better. And I think that's where positive change happens.